For a long time, the Philippine Air Force, or PAF, faced a serious challenge. It was an air force with very few modern fighter jets. Imagine being a guard responsible for a very large house, but you can only watch the front door. That was the situation. The Philippines is an archipelago. It has thousands of islands. It has a massive coastline. Protecting all of this territory without a capable air force is an almost impossible task. The skies were open. The nation's ability to respond to threats, patrol its own waters, and force its sovereignty was severely limited. This created a significant vulnerability in a region that is becoming more complex and contested every day. The need for a new fighter jet wasn't just about having new toys. It was a matter of national survival and pride. The world saw the Philippines as having a weak military air arm. This perception could invite aggression. After a very detailed and competitive selection process, the Philippines made its choice. The winner of the multi-role fighter project is the Saab JAS 39 Gripen. This remarkable aircraft comes from Sweden. The name Gripen translates to griffin in English. The griffin is a legendary creature with the body of a lion and the head of an eagle and the wings of an eagle. This name is perfect. It symbolizes the jet's combination of strength on the ground and dominance in the air. The Gripen is a single-engine multi-role fighter jet. It is designed to be lightweight, agile, and incredibly versatile. The Gripen C and D variant, the model selected by the Philippines, is the culmination of decades of Swedish aerospace engineering. It is known for its delta wing and canard configuration. This design gives it exceptional flight performance. What truly sets the Gripen apart is not just how it flies, but what it has on the inside. The jet is built around a highly advanced digital cockpit and avionics system. The pilot is presented with information on 3 large, full-color multifunction displays. This is a massive leap from older jets with countless analog steam gauges. The system uses a hands-on throttle and stick or HOTAS concept. This means the pilot can control almost every function of the aircraft, from its weapons to its radar, without ever taking their hands off the main flight controls. This allows the pilot to focus on the mission, not on fumbling for switches, which can be the difference between life and death in combat. The heart of the Gripen's combat capability is its powerful PS-05A radar. This is a sophisticated pulse Doppler radar system. It can track multiple targets at once, whether they are in the air or on the ground. To understand why the Gripen is such a big deal, we need to look at the history of the Philippine Air Force. In its golden age, after World War II, the PAF was one of the best-equipped air forces in Asia. It flew legendary aircraft like the P-51 Mustang. These propeller-driven fighters were heroes of the war and gave the Philippines a powerful aerial presence. The pilots of that era were well-trained and respected throughout the region. The PAF was a force to be reckoned with, a symbol of a proud and capable nation ready to defend its newfound independence. This was a time of great prestige for the Philippine military. The jet age arrived in the Philippines with aircraft like the F-86 Sabre. The F-86 was a first-generation jet fighter famous for its dogfights in the Korean War. In the 1960s, the PAF received its most significant fighter jet, the Northrop F-5A and B Freedom Fighter. The F-5 was small, supersonic, agile. For many years it formed the backbone of the country's air defense. It was simple, reliable, effective for its time. Before acquiring the Gripen, the Philippine Air Force took an important interim step. In 2014, it acquired 12 FA-50PH Fighting Eagles from South Korea. The FA-50 is a light combat aircraft, developed from the T-50 Golden Eagle trainer jet. Its arrival was, honestly, a huge morale boost. It brought supersonic capability back to the Philippines after a 10-year absence. The Fighting Eagles are excellent aircraft for their role. They have a modern pulse Doppler radar, they can carry a variety of bombs and missiles, and they have performed well in combat operations, particularly during the Battle of Marawi. They effectively bridged a critical capability gap. However, the FA-50 was always intended to be a lead-in fighter trainer and a light attack aircraft. It was not designed to be a true multi-role fighter capable of competing with the top-tier jets in the region. The Gripen represents a completely different level of capability. The Gripen's PS-05A radar has a much longer range and is more powerful than the FA-50's radar. This means a Gripen pilot can detect, track, and engage an enemy aircraft from much farther away. The arrival of the JAS 39 Gripen fundamentally redefines the defense capabilities of the Philippines. For the first time in a generation, the Philippine Air Force will possess a credible air defense interceptor. This means if an unidentified aircraft enters Philippine airspace, the Air Force can scramble a Gripen to intercept it, identify it, and if necessary, force it to leave or even shoot it down. This is honestly the most basic and critical function of any Air Force, and it's a capability the Philippines has sorely lacked. The Gripen's speed, agility, and powerful radar make it the perfect tool for this air policing mission, ensuring the nation's skies are no longer an unguarded frontier. Beyond simple interception, the Gripen provides a powerful deterrent. A deterrent is something that makes a potential enemy think twice before starting a conflict. Knowing that the Philippines has a squadron of Gripens armed with long-range Meteor missiles. One of the most immediate impacts of the Gripen will be felt in the West Philippine Sea. This area is a source of tension, with competing territorial claims. In the past, the Philippines could often only protest diplomatically when its sovereign rights were challenged. With the Gripen, the country has a new and powerful tool to enforce those rights. A flight of Gripens can quickly establish a presence over disputed features, Scarborough Shoal, Spratly Islands. They can monitor the activities of foreign vessels, provide top cover for Philippine Navy ships, Coast Guard cutters on patrol, making these patrols much safer and more effective. Imagine a scenario where a foreign maritime militia is harassing Filipino fishermen in their own exclusive economic zone. In the past, response times would be slow. Now, Gripens can be scrambled and be over the area in a fraction of the time. Jets taking off and arriving overhead send a strong deterrent. It demonstrates both the capability and the will to defend the nation's citizens and resources. The Philippines' choice of the Gripen does not happen in a vacuum. It sends a clear signal to the entire Indo-Pacific region. For the country's allies, like the United States, Australia, Japan, it is a welcome development. It shows the Philippines is taking its own defense seriously, and is becoming a more capable security partner. A stronger Philippines makes for a stronger alliance network. The Gripen's advanced data link system is designed to be interoperable with NATO standards. It can potentially share data and coordinate with allied forces during joint exercises or a crisis, enhancing collective security. For other Southeast Asian nations, the Air Force's modernization is also significant. Many countries in the Association of Southeast Asian Nations are also upgrading their own air forces, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia. This creates a more stable balance of power within the region. In summary, the acquisition of the Saab JAS-39 Gripen is more than just a military purchase. It is a landmark event in the history of the Philippine Air Force and the nation itself. This aircraft represents the dawn of a new era, closing a long and dangerous chapter where the country's skies were left virtually undefended. The Gripen is not just a replacement for the old F-5 jets. It is a multi-generational leap in technology and capability. It brings the Air Force firmly into the 21st century, equipping it with the tools to meet complex modern challenges. The Gripen's advanced features, its powerful radar, its long-range missiles, its net-centric data link, and its low operational cost. It is a force multiplier. A small number of jets can have a disproportionately large strategic effect. They provide a credible deterrent against aggression. They are a powerful tool for enforcing sovereignty in the West Philippine Sea. They are a versatile asset for a wide range of national security missions. The Gripen gives Filipino pilots the ability to fight and win against modern threats. This decision sends a powerful message to the Filipino people and to the world. It is a message of resolve, resilience, and renewal. The roar of the Gripen's engine over the islands will be the sound of a nation reclaiming control over its destiny. The sound of a reawakened Air Force ready to guard the skies and protect the homeland. The road to full operational capability will require dedication, training, and continued investment. But the most important step has been taken. The Philippine Air Force is no longer just a shadow of its former self. With the JAS-39 Gripen, it is poised to become one of the most modern and capable air forces in Southeast Asia. This single aircraft truly changes everything. The long wait is over. For the Philippine Air Force, the future has arrived and it is flying a Gripen. The Eagle has new wings and it is ready to soar higher than ever before.